Zucks doesn't even use his own services. He doesn't. He doesn't use Facebook. He doesn't use Instagram. He doesn't let his children use any of that stuff either. And he said, Jared, you shouldn't either. And I said, you're probably right.
Yeah.
But I got to make that side cash. That's why I do dances on Instagram. And he said, I understand. And then I asked him for a loan and he said, no. And that was the end of our conversation last Friday. So yeah, I'm a little burnt about it. And if you're listening, Mark, you can always call and apologize or just wire transfer that money to my bank and all will be well.
It's hot in here, right? Isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Is this shirt too small? It feels small.
One side's coming up on you there.
Gosh,
showing your tan line.
Yeah, you got to like that. You know what? I'm really ashy today.
Sorry. I'm like giggly.
You're a little giggly? Is that coffee? You're not used to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Some voice cracks, maybe. Do you appreciate your voice cracks? Like, do you laugh at them or?
Eric, I passed puberty like decades ago.
Not yourself. You use other people, grown men.
Grown men with voice cracks?
Yeah. Sports announcers. I don't know. I know where I'm going with this, but yeah.
If I heard a grown man, if his voice cracked, I would expect a grown man to acknowledge it, make fun of himself and move on.
Yeah.
But if they don't, then it's funny.
Yeah.
If they look really self-conscious about it, then it's funny.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. Yeah.
This is a great start.
This is a really great start. It's a Friday. Do you know how I celebrate every Friday morning with my kids? I kid you not.
Yeah. How do you?
Rebecca Black, It's Friday. You know the song?
No.
Oh, come on. Don't you remember?
I don't.
Oh, this poor kid. I mean, she's got a musical career now. You got to pull it up. Just pull it up.
Rebecca Black,
Friday.
Okay.
And Julian, you should probably overlay that track for a minute in the background while, it's Friday, Friday.
Are we allowed to play YouTube videos? This is the song?
This is it.
More homework. Tuesday's gone. Listen to one.
Just watch for a second.
1.5 million views. How would I have 11 years ago?
Yeah.
Ooh, 163 million views.
Just wait.
What's that girl? Who does she look like?
Shut up. You are missing
Selena
the best
Gomez.
part.
Sorry.
Just wait.
They're not even buckled in the back seat.
I know. It's a safety hazard. I want to know why 13-year-olds are driving in the first place.
What is...
Listen, here's the hook.
It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, Friday.
Who's this kid over here in the back?
Dude.
This kid is so young. He looks like the kid from Almost Famous driving their car. Do you remember that show? You didn't see that movie?
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's just a fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so the lyrics.
I can't believe I'm watching this.
Oh, no, it's painful. It's painful. Basically, her parents paid money to get a video produced for her, but not, from what I understand, not for the intent of, hey, we want you to go viral, but like, hey, happy birthday. This will be fun.
Wow.
We'll pay some money, produce because she loved to sing and everything else. And then they put it up on YouTube and that shit blew up.
That's crazy.
In not a good way.
Really?
Oh, man. It's so bad.
I know, but it's got 163 million views.
Because it's so bad.
Think about how much bad content's out there that
No,
gets
dude.
no views. No views. Zero views.
But this, it's just asking to be made fun. This was like a troll farm paradise.
Did she make money off of this?
I have no idea.
She got interviews, I'm sure.
She was 13, 14 maybe. It really messed her up.
Oh, wow.
Just because most of the comments are going to be hate. Like, this is garbage. When I first saw it, I thought, this can't be real.
She's got her own Wikipedia page or her song.
No, she's doing really well now.
Was ahead of its time, which is true. It was. Think about all the people creating these videos. And you know who wrote that article?
Ahead of its time is something you use to reference like art or music. Like, man, that was so breakthrough. This was an accidental viral video.
Okay. But think about all the videos that are going viral today. That was from The Atlantic.
Wait, what's...
The Atlantic wrote an article, Rebecca Black's Friday was ahead of its time.
Okay, in what context?
And they wrote that in June 21.
Yeah, I don't think that was her goal, was to be a real, like,
But that's typically when you're ahead of your time. You don't think of it that way.
when you think of ahead of your
She's
time, you
on
think of somebody who was
Spotify.
on, she's got her own music career now. But it wasn't because this thing was a success. This thing kind of ruined her life. And, at the same time, trust me, man, I'm quasi-expert on Rebecca Black.
Yeah, I can say
Not
I've
really.
never heard of her, and this is outrageous.
I'd like to have her on the podcast.
Yeah.
I've actually seen her interview. She's a really funny, and she's not 14 anymore. She's like in her 20s.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
10 years have passed.
Well, in the metaverse, you can stay 14 forever.
You could. I like that.
Yeah, just had to throw it back there to where.
Rate your music. She's got 2 stars.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Well, Friday kind of screwed her up. But the lyrics, and you got to listen to this with your kids, because the lyrics, I mean, they're so bad. It's a list of facts,
Yeah.
Saturday comes after, read the lyrics.
Yesterday was
Yesterday
Thursday.
was Thursday.
Today is Friday. We
Yeah.
so excited. We so excited.
Yeah,
We gonna have a ball today.
correct.
Got to go down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Friday. Get down on Friday.
Yeah,
Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying.
Yeah.
Fun. Looking forward to the weekend.
correct. Now get to the next part.
That's the ending. But yeah, which next part?
Well,
I
there's a
don't know.
part in there where she basically does a countdown of Saturday comes after Friday, Sunday comes after Saturday, then it's Monday. It's like, these are just stated facts.
But are they? Yeah. I mean, who made those decisions?
Yeah, those decisions were made a long time ago based on...
Yesterday was Thursday. Well, we did that. Today is Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday, and Sunday comes afterwards. And I don't want this weekend to end.
Right.
You know what the problem with this whole thing is?
The lyrics are garbage.
No, it's living for Friday, hating Monday.
Hold on, are we getting philosophical about
Yeah.
Rebecca Black?
Yeah.
My man.
This is
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Now we've got something to talk about.
Yeah.
I just got excited about this podcast.
Yeah. Live for the weekend.
Yeah.
I can't believe you got me here. I had no idea. So you do listen every Friday?
Oh, because it's so bad. And that's how I wake them up. I blast it on the downstairs speakers.
I got to ask my kids today if they've heard of this song.
Well, that song's ahead of its time.
Yeah.
And it was before your kids' time.
Mm.
So I don't know. I'm trying to follow the succession of times and dates like Rebecca Black does. Did you not just see the artistic?
Did she have mental health issues with this? Like,
I think she did.
see, that's frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, that's the narrative she's putting out there. She seems like a really sharp person.
Yeah.
She laughs at herself a lot.
It's good.
She does not come across as an idiot. She knows that the song was terrible, but her goal wasn't really to make this. I don't know.
That's her now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, she's doing fine. And Rebecca, if you're listening to this, I absolutely am serious about having you on the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, she's posing and posting. And yeah.
She's figured out a way to capitalize on
She's
Friday,
from Orange County.
California.
Yeah.
That's so clearly her parents had the money to go spend on. This is now going to become a class issue.
So Orange County is like what we 90210 type stuff.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not allowed in nice places.
You're
Look
not?
at me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I had somebody tell me the other day, it's like, oh, hey, man, what's going on? It looks like you're starting a militia. I was like, I'm not starting a militia.
They said that?
I said, I'm starting a cult.
Okay.
And I said, you're not invited.
It's our podcast.
Well, the podcast
That is the
this is the propaganda
cover for
arm of
the-
the cult.
okay.
Yeah.
How's that going?
And this cult accepts everybody,
Okay.
everybody.
Yeah. It's getting hot. Sorry.
Well, clearly. So, yeah, what if just throughout this podcast, we just little by little disrobe?
That would be,
Not like getting to an end state that's wildly inappropriate.
people would watch to see where it ended up.
Well, as the video pans to you when you're talking, you're like this.
Yeah.
Right? It pans back to me. I'm like this. Pans back to you. Now your hat's gone. Pans back to me. Now my shirt's gone.
Yeah.
Pans back to you.
Mm.
Well, that would be too obvious. There
Yeah.
needs to be small things that aren't obvious.
I'm like just not comfortable. Because we talked about these chairs. Why do we use these chairs? We have other chairs in the office. Like these aren't our chairs. These are on loan. And someone could say when this podcast blows up,
Yeah.
these are our chairs.
Right.
We own half of your podcast. That would suck.
Ooh.
Ooh, whoa. What if Rebecca came in and said,
Cut that out.
don't do that?
Because whoever owns these chairs, they're going to be a cheap bastard and they will look for ways to capitalize on
Oh,
somebody
wow.
else's success.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah. That happens.
I'm going to tilt this up
Rebecca might come after us. This is just not working for
here. No,
me.
Rebecca's invited anytime to the podcast. Anytime.
Are we allowed to play her song though? Is that it's copywritten?
Yeah. Sure.
Whatever.
I don't know. We're talking about it that it's hers. We're not using it as a...
Right.
I'd like to get some copyright infringement thrown at us because then that's attention. And I'll take any kind of attention we can get right now.
Yeah.
What
I
about
like
you?
that.
What's your favorite kind of attention? Not intention, attention.
Attention?
Yeah. What kind of attention do you like?
I don't know.
Police attention?
No, I don't like that. I get nervous when the police come behind you.
Why?
I don't know. Because like you just immediately for a second, I'm better at it.
That was a
now.
dumb question on my part. I'd get nervous too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a dumb question. It was a dumb response to my answer.
It was a very, because it's like, as though I don't.
Yeah.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
You know what you should do? And this is a tip for anybody that doesn't know. If you ever get pulled over by the police at night, turn on all the lights, cabin of your car. Dome lights, 2 lights, light it up. Because that puts them at ease.
Mm.
I've had several of them tell me this. I do that every single time. Let me back it up. Look, man, I'm 44 years old. So every single time is just over the lifetime of being pulled over.
Yeah.
I don't get pulled over a lot.
Okay. I don't think anyone's getting pulled over these days. Like it's a free for all. We've talked about that a lot.
Well, we'll have to come back to that. Let me finish this point because this is so important.
I'm so
This is
sorry.
actual value that people can walk away with and go, you know what? I never thought about that. I've just decreased your chances of getting a ticket
Yeah.
by like 100%, maybe more.
By putting the lights on. I want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get pulled over though.
I don't either. But if you do, flip those lights on. It makes things a lot better because those guys don't know, or gals, they don't know what they're walking up to.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the night, walking up to a dark car. You don't know who's in there.
Yeah.
You don't know what crazy.
Flash their lights though on you.
Yeah, but still, that's one beam and they can only see. But if I have those dome lights on,
Yeah, now you can really see.
Cards in hand, smile on face.
Yeah. I got put in the back of a cop car once.
Ooh.
I didn't know why. It just got engaged.
Okay, wait, you were engaged. Is this before you got married?
We're on the way back from just getting engaged.
Okay.
77, pulled over. Come with me, get in the back of the cop car.
Shut up. Hold
Yeah.
on. It was a joke and the cop stripped for you.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Yeah.
was a stripper. He was
Yeah.
a strippogram, a police
Exactly what
strippogram.
happened.
I'm going with that.
Yeah. I got a ticket, obviously.
Why do you get put in the back of the
I
car
don't
for a
know.
ticket?
I don't know if it's because the road's dangerous and he just wanted to control the environment.
Was the road dangerous?
I mean, 77.
But isn't there a pretty big shoulder?
Yes. I don't understand
Or
it.
were you on the traffic side?
I think
the
I was
left
20 over. He got me at 20 over the speed limit.
Mm.
I had to go to
Breathalyze you?
school. No, I was good. I got it reduced. I think I paid for an attorney and they got it. I don't think I was going that fast because cars are whizzing. So I take no responsibility. No,
Did we talk about how much of a racket that is? The whole speeding ticket.
no, we have
and then
not.
paying a
This is
lawyer?
why we're talking about it.
Oh, man.
Tell me.
We used to live up in Boone. You've been to Boone,
Mhm.
right? So you're 3,000 plus feet altitude when you're up there. So that means you've got a long way down the mountain coming down. So coming down the mountain, and of course they have a speed limit. Now, most of the cops up there are not catching you midway down the mountain going, hey, sorry, you should have been riding those brakes the whole time.
Yeah.
They get it.
Yeah.
But once you start to level out a little bit,
Yeah.
watch out, right? Because they're going to be somewhere.
Yeah.
One of these lucky days, I got picked up by a cop and got a ticket. Came back up to Boone after I got done doing whatever I was doing down the mountain. Talked to another friend of mine who was a lawyer. He said, he goes, hey, give this guy a call who's in town, the town that I got a ticket in. He said, just give them a call and they'll help you get it taken care of. I was like, oh, okay. Because I was going 15, 16 over and I was like, this is going to screw up my insurance. So I called the lawyer and I said, I was giving your name and number, told to give you guys a call about this. And they said, yeah, no problem. Just send us a ticket and a check for $450, 200 of which covers the court fee.
Right.
The other 200 covers their fee, I guess. And then we're good to go. And I said, okay, when do I need to show up? Because no, you don't understand. You don't need to show up. We go there, we claim faulty equipment. It gets thrown out. You pay the court fee and you're good to go. Nothing goes on my license. And I thought, really? I was like, this seems a little bit, I'm very happy
You're good.
for it.
Yeah.
But I also thought it's a rigged system too, where, hey, if you don't have $450 to throw out, good luck.
Yeah.
You can't claim faulty equipment.
Yeah. You're getting points.
It is a racket.
Yeah.
A racket, which I benefited from.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Pay the fee. It's kind of like if you get caught and you're in a country that doesn't have these laws, as long as you just give me cash, you're good to go.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in cahoots.
Cahoots.
Yeah. The cahoots episode. No, it's not.
What does cahoots mean?
I don't know. Gotta look it up.
Look it up.
Yeah. You said coming down the mountain a few times. So I had to write it down because you're talking about song lyrics. You know where I'm going with that.
She'll be coming around. That's around the mountain. When she comes, she'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain.
So we come
She'll be
around
coming around the mountain
when she comes. Yeah.
That's not quite as groundbreaking as Friday.
Oh, not at all. Well, how many views do you think that has on YouTube?
Well, it depends. It was by the original artist.
Kahoot. Oh, how would you spell Kahoot?
I would think K-A-C.
C. It's both. Is Kahoot's a word? Kahoot, and they spell it with a C at that time, but above is a K, is used almost exclusively in the phrase in cahoots, which means in alliance or partnership.
Where does it originate from?
In most contexts, it describes a conspiring activity of people up to no good. That's a good word.
Where's this word from?
Ooh. Then there's a game called Kahoot.
Oh,
So that's kind of taken over.
Just say Kahoot origin. Just do an origin. We need an origin story.
Kahoot origin. There's ways to search on Google that'll blow your mind. Like,
Oh, I know.
very in depth. Like the way we're searching right here. It's pretty
that's
basic.
inefficient.
Yeah.
No. I teach people how to do that, by the way. And I'm not joking.
From Middle French, Kahoot, Quhute, from Old French, possibly a blend of cabin and or cavern. Old French hut. Huh.
Well, I feel smarter.
Yeah. By the way of Scots. Kahoots came to English from the French by the way of the Scots.
Oh, my people.
Scots English in the 16th century.
Which is just gibberish.
French for a cabin or small hut.
Here's why.
Because we're in cahoots, because we're living. Okay.
Yeah, because the French and the Scottish were united because they were in support of the Roman Catholic Church. And they were united against England. I'm totally forgetting the time periods here.
Yeah.
But they fought together in an alliance against the monarchy of England, who was Protestant.
Okay.
So the Jacobites, this was Catholic Protestant. And so that's where I think the Scots, English, and the French connection, the French connection,
Yeah.
where those things come into play.
Yeah.
I am so bored with the words coming out of my mouth.
Yeah. The French connection, though.
The French connection was great.
So the Buffalo Sabres talk about professional hockey.
Oh,
They had
okay.
a line. Hockey, there's 3 players on the line. They were called the French connection.
That's really great.
That is cool.
I'm so glad.
Just trying to unbore you.
So bored.
Yeah.
What's next?
I didn't want to wake you up.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. I think we talked about before that one of us could be replaced on this podcast.
But I told you that you will not replace me.
Yeah. Yeah. By an AI.
Oh, yeah.
Chat GPT. We don't know enough about it.
I do.
Okay.
I read the headlines.
Okay.
I know everything I need
Tell
to
me.
know.
Please do teach.
Well, tell me what you know about it.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
You go first.
I don't
What
like
do you know
just
about it?
questions when you weren't supposed to get questions. Like a question your life existence right now.
What does that have to do with the Chat GPT-3?
I don't know. The way you said it just like brought me back to a time.
Oh, yeah, that was a power move. I'm totally trying to dominate.
Yeah, artificial intelligence where you can have a conversation with an AI
Mhm.
and they respond back to you. It's not just like what Google would say to you if you ask Google a question where they're reading from the website. They're actually putting real thoughts together
Mhm.
and having debate and having conversation and it's taken over and it's gone wild. Like it's going to take over Google, they're saying.
Oh, for sure.
And people are freaking out. How this is going to change social media. I don't know. These big
I
things
hope it
happen.
changes social media. Social media is garbage.
Yeah.
And for all of those of you who are watching us on social media, thank you.
Yeah.
Who knows how it's going to change it? But they had, you could probably find it. There was a Reddit thread or a Reddit room or whatever the hell they call it. It was all bots, Twitter bots. I'm pretty sure they were using this technology. It's like a testing ground. And they were just arguing. All these bots were arguing different political points back and forth. And you would not know that they were bots unless you were part of the program.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's dangerous.
Which is also another reason why, like, hey guys, put your phone down. I mean, unless you're watching this,
Yeah.
put your phone down.
Yeah. After you're done watching this, well, then go watch all the other episodes because it's the 17th installment.
Right. But you can only watch 2 episodes because this is the second one we're doing. The second episode we're recording.
Watching you, yeah. But you can listen on.
You could and
Yeah.
you should because the audio quality is outstanding. The content, it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
It's Friday
Yeah.
and we got to get down on Friday. And that's all I'm saying.
I like that.
I do too.
Yeah. So are we going to chat with AI robots?
Pull it up.
Pull what up?
I'm going to eat a fig. Right into the microphone.
Yeah.
Have you heard of ASMR?
You talk about that a lot.
I'm helping people go to sleep right now. That smack. Oh, that's terrible.
It's so bad.
It hurts my ears to hear it.
Yeah. I don't like that.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, if you ever listen while you're falling asleep
I listen.
and then an advertisement comes in,
Oh,
like a different volume, it's just,
Oh,
yeah.
well, that's why I pay for Spotify.
Oh, no, I'm talking about like programmatic advertising or an ad. Like, what if right now there's like a little bit of a cut? It would just cut right there.
Mhm.
And next thing you know, it's like an advertisement from pick a company, just any company that would advertise on our podcast. Quickest.
Yeah, Beauty Rest.
Okay.
Beauty Rest
Yeah,
mattresses.
That was good. That was good. I was thinking Manscaped or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I look like a gorilla.
Would you could like shave your head like with a blade,
Mm.
with a knife?
Let's use Amazon Basics. You know, a lot of people hate Amazon. I probably would too if I worked for them. But I love Amazon.
That's it. That's the depth. Or
Yeah. I don't know that I love them. I appreciate them.
yeah. Oh, it's amazing what they can give to you. Now,
Unbelievable.
like I was telling you before, I published a book on Amazon, and the whole review game of what happens behind the scenes. Good luck. But the thing I think we all have to know is whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Google, they have their own set of rules. They have their own metaverse in
They
a way.
play by their own rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are trying to figure it out. And the amount of returns on those searches of like what it all means, good luck.
Exactly.
Yeah. My point is there's ways to do it. And so what you have to do is accept that you're playing by someone else's rules and play by those rules, abide by those rules.
I surrender myself to everybody else's rules all the time.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful way to blame everything on everyone and take no responsibility for any of my actions. It's a wonderful system that we live in. I love it.
Yeah.
And if I didn't love it, it would probably be your fault.
Okay.
See how I did that?
Yeah. Yeah. You're just
Because I
like,
play by everybody else's rules.
yeah.
And I'm not very good
You
at the
feel a
game.
little different today, aren't you?
I mean, I don't know. I've got mouth sores. I don't know where they came from. Just kidding. I think it was a chip eating Chipotle. Chipotle would advertise on this podcast.
Yeah, they would.
We've talked about them a lot. You've talked about them excessively.
I have early on.
I don't mind that. I will say this. The Chipotle over here on Waverly, is that?
There's one Waverly. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
you're right. It's that way.
Hot mess. Hot mess.
It gets very crowded there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you should have seen the
every
Chipotle
one
bowls.
of them.
They're just covered in like sour cream that was on. I was like, come on, guys.
It's nasty. You know, they have the window shield, the block. So I like when people reach over their face.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
disgusting. But then you look at the screen, the thing hasn't been cleaned in like years. It's disgusting.
That's how you know it works, though.
Yeah. But that's some dirt, man. That's some grime. It makes me think I was in my office earlier, and it wasn't just today, but it's been every other day.
No.
And I just noticed the accumulation of like dust and stuff. And it's kind of gross because my point is not that I'm messy and I'm not clean.
No, you're not.
That's
You're
not.
very
I'm
clean.
very clean.
To a fault.
I don't know if it's to a fault.
Let's go with to a
We'll
fault.
do that.
Yeah.
So they bring these in this office complex, they bring in these cleaners. And when they start, oh man, it's pristine. It's you smell the difference.
I like that.
Then some weeks and months go by, usually months, and it just gets progressively worse to a point where I think they just take the garbage and that's it.
So to clarify, you said when they start, you're talking about when they start employment, not when they start their job.
When they start their work here.
Right. Not daily.
They start their contract with the
Right.
Because every single time they've never kept the same cleaning crew.
What do you think that means?
I mean, it's no different than the landscaping companies I've hired early on. Oh man, so good. They're on time. They stay around. They talk to you. Then what happens is their prices go up.
Of course.
And their service gets worse.
Right.
Without fail. And by that time, they've got new clients on your street because, oh my God, who does your lawn? And then
when they ask you to put a little thing in their yard,
thing, or they do it. Yeah. But it's like, it's without fail. And this is in a lot of service businesses.
Yeah.
I was just reading David Goggins has a new book out.
Oh, yeah.
And he talks about when he was in Navy SEALs, that he would stuff his pockets with peanut butter, just right in his pockets. So he would have enough calories because he would eat the biggest meal he could because he knew he was going to burn a ton of calories. 2 hours later, he's starving, but he's reaching his pocket and eating peanut butter out of his sand and pocket lint. That's amazing.
Yeah. It's a smart move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to put peanut butter in my pockets.
But you're not burning shit.
Yeah.
So that's just going to be messy
Well, that
pockets.
was like Napoleon Dynamite had tater tots in his pocket.
Yeah. Well,
he's like, stick them in there. And then the kids were trying to kick his
so
pockets.
that's your inspiration? It's not David Goggins. It's Napoleon
That's
Dynamite.
a combo.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's my inspiration.
Yeah.
Tater tots are good.
Yeah.
You
They're
don't like
good.
them?
I like them.
Yeah.
I do. I don't like to admit it though, because
Yeah.
it's a kid's food.
So tell me about the service industry, just businesses in general. You know, it's like DirecTV or cable company. Oh, your favorite. When they get started, it's great. You get a good deal. And then the service just
Spectrum
sucks.
That's a company it would have to suck to work for right now, Spectrum.
I think they should sponsor our podcast because that would make sense.
Actually, I told you about the Spectrum Apology Tour.
Yeah.
That's what they call it, the Apology Tour.
Yeah, they come.
They're calling it that.
Yeah. Yeah, because you guys have Google Fiber, maybe?
We do.
Is it good?
Not maybe, definitely. It's great. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've given my life over to Lord Google. I trust Lord Google to guide me from point A to point B, show me relevant content and information that I need to see. And I trust Lord Google with the information highway that brings all these wonderful things to me and my family. Next is going to be video surveillance, but whatever.
Well, yeah, they have that too.
I don't think they would misuse that at all.
Yeah.
I know they have that.
You have their Nest
No.
thermostat?
I've got a real bastardized system going on in my house.
Okay.
For a long time, I did not have any of these smart devices in my home. But like, well, why not? You're a futurist, right? I was like, yeah, but I know these devices
Yeah.
don't want surveillance in my home
Yeah.
because we do weird shit in my home.
Mm.
And I don't want anybody knowing
Yeah.
about it. Alexa, stop listening.
Lord Google.
Yeah.
What does your friend say about that?
I don't care
You don't care.
because all I need is Google.
Yeah.
So my friends, they worship at the altar too. They do.
Your friend. I didn't say friends. The friend. No. I'm not saying that you
Ooh,
only
that
have
was
one friend. You're not
good.
even
No,
getting
that
this. No, you're not getting this.
What friend?
The only friend that would really be questioning your loyalty if you chose Google over, say, Meta.
Those two aren't even in the same playground, bro. Not even the same playground.
Yeah.
You know, Zucks doesn't even use his own services. He doesn't. He doesn't use Facebook. He doesn't use Instagram. He doesn't let his children use any of that stuff either. And he said, Jared, you shouldn't either.
Hmm.
And I said, you're probably right,
Yeah.
but I got to make that side cash. That's why I do dances on Instagram. And he said, I understand. And then I asked him for a loan, and he said no. And that was the end of our conversation last Friday. So yeah, I'm a little burnt about it. And if you're listening, Mark, you can always call and apologize or just wire transfer that money to my bank and all will be well.
Yeah. You could WhatsApp it over to you. Cash
Don't
App.
use WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his kids don't use Instagram.
Nope. Does he have kids?
Yeah, he's got kids.
Of course I know he's got kids.
Yeah.
I
Smart.
have heard, though, that these Silicon Valley tech CEOs,
Yeah.
executives, do not let their kids have devices because they know what these devices are designed to do. Yeah.
Pisses me off. That was the show you talked about, documentary.
Yep. The show called Documentary.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not working.
No, man, it's
Yeah.
working great. You have got to go with it because here's the thing you need to
Social
understand.
dilemma.
Yeah.
Yeah. 30 minutes of pure nonsense.
Oh, but you know what? This show is really just about entertainment. It's really
Yeah.
about our fun. Are we having fun?
We
I'm
are.
having fun.
I want listeners though, right? Like,
Not
no,
really.
You don't care?
Of course I care, but I'm going to tell everybody in the podcast I don't care
Mm.
because that's the image I want to portray.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or project.
So what are we going to do about cleaning crews?
Well, you did a great job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Let's
You
talk
did a
about
great
that.
job. You did.
Yeah. We cleaned in here, didn't we?
No,
we came in that
didn't
one
clean.
day.
You cleaned.
Okay. No, you did some stuff. You
not
were
really.
wiping down your side of the table.
Yeah, wiping down is, I was using my hand. And I was just like, I was
Hey.
scooping.
Anything counts. It's
Okay.
like if you do a
So-
push-up, one push-up counts. Don't beat yourself up, Jared.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and use that line of logic to expound on this topic of cleaning crews. If anything counts, then who are you to say that the job that they are doing is not cleaning?
Okay. I get that. I have a response to it.
Yeah, good. Let's hear it.
Okay. We're talking about they got paid for their service. What I'm talking about is if you just help out in any way and you clean up, that's good. But I'm talking about they were paid to do a certain job.
Right.
These responsibilities, and they're
But
not
who
meeting them.
defines the parameters?
Whoever, the relationship.
Okay. So then the fault really lies with the employer of this cleaning crew.
Correct. They're not managing them properly.
They have relative rules
Yeah.
and open definitions. We do live in a culture today where anything can mean anything you want it to. So, hey, what I think is clean might be leaving a bunch of crumbs on the floor. And who are you,
Yeah.
oppressor, to say that that's not clean,
Uh-huh.
not your role?
Yeah.
So that's why you've got poor service.
I do blame the actually management company.
You should.
Yeah, I do.
Well, if you have a bunch of new people starting on a regular basis,
That's a problem.
clearly they get up and they're like, I don't give a shit about this job.
Yeah.
And I hope this makes the company look bad.
Mm,
That's the way I see it.
smart.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Elon Musk buying Twitter and like he just kill it if he wants to. He doesn't give a shit.
No, like I said before, I think he just needs a $53 billion write-off.
Yeah.
43.
Either way.
Yeah.
What's 10 bill?
To Elon, nothing.
Yeah.
To Zucks, it's a little something, but not much.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a dig, Zucks. That was a dig. Just send me the money. All right, yeah.
Yeah. Got that off your chest.
Oh,
Man.
maybe.
Yeah. See what I'm doing right now? I put my hand near my mouth. So this is what's fascinating. When you do a podcast,
Yeah.
you learn things about your speech.
The general you
When
or
you were, the general you,
Yeah,
the elusive you.
yeah.
Yeah.
The collective you.
Not the collective you.
No, the elusive you. Okay.
I appreciate that.
You're
You're going
welcome.
with it.
I'm going to go with it.
Yeah. You're a nice guy sometimes.
Words are relative.
Words are relative. The general you, when you put yourself out, you see what you've done. right? Because you can't watch. You can't always hear yourself speak unless you put the headphones on, and then you do hear it. And you put a camera on yourself, then you really start seeing like hand motions and things that you're doing and the way you squirm. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed even in that little clip that we did.
Yeah.
And I knew it beforehand because my wife has told me, I can't hear you when you put your hand over your mouth. So I'm sitting here doing this a lot. And it's a thought. I'm thinking, whatever. So then I was like, well, I really do that.
Yeah.
I don't know when I do it necessarily, but I'm paying more attention to it. I like to move my hands around.
Yeah.
I think that's like my creative side of it.
That's awkward.
Why not?
Kind of did this.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Terrible rhythm.
I don't care.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, I think it's useful. Like we worked with the CEO of a company. Won't name the company, won't name the CEO.
Because they don't exist. Go ahead with your bullshit story.
No, he's a good guy. He's done very well. His speech was not so good. He also said it, and he realized it, and he hired a speech coach to better himself for that. I thought that was cool.
That's great.
And other people in the company had to say something. There's a lot of likes and ums and you knows and just a lot of that. We all have it. That's all good. And my point is, this stuff is useful.
No, it is, man.
If you make it so.
Right. As I'm right there.
It's all good. Yeah, now it's like it gets in your head.
Watching, because I shoot a lot of video. And so over the years, the more you have to scrutinize yourself, and you finally get to a point where you can look at it objectively. So I can watch a video that I shoot and look at the person on the screen and not think about it as me. And just go, I think I want to change that a little bit. Or this is doubt in the way that I'd like that to be. Like, I'm asking myself, do I give a shit about what this guy's saying? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. So maybe I do have some problems with myself.
Yeah.
But I was able to correct certain things that I didn't correct before.
Yeah.
I move a lot, but I don't try to change that all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I noticed I would move a lot if I was doing a Zoom call podcast, like head motions.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
Nodding in agreement. I mean, almost to an obnoxious point.
Yeah.
Not quite that obnoxious.
Well, because it can get annoying for the person that's talking.
Could be.
That depends on the person. Because once you pick up on something, like there was a person and they yawned a lot. So when you were talking to them, they had a tendency to, I don't know, if they fall asleep easily. What's that called?
Narcolepsy.
Thank you. I don't know what's going on.
I'm smarter than you.
And that's fine. You give them grace, right?
Boom. Look at that.
But at the same time, because yawning, I believe, makes you tired as well. And it makes you want to yawn.
Yeah.
There's science behind that. Even if you use the word yawn, it makes you tired. Like you're just getting sleepy there.
Yeah. Well, I was bored and sleepy. I mean, I was already kind of
combination.
We'll go with it.
No, I agree.
You
with
said
that.
yawn. I got tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since we're talking about human behavior, we all have different quirks. I'll tell you something I've always found to be really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you've run across people like this who will point out something you do unsolicited, right? Like you're not saying, hey, can you critique this for me? They'll point something that's like, Eric, do you know that you do this, blah, 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 all the time?
Oh, that's
and they do it in certain, yeah. Because that's how it comes across.
Yeah.
They're just saying, I noticed you do this a lot. Did you know that? It's very passive aggressive. And they do it in a way they're like, I'm trying to help you out. And immediately I'm just like, this person sucks. That's my first thought. I was like,
yeah.
Believe me, I spend time with a lot of people that have some really weird quirks.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't brought me around to help them with that. They're probably aware of it, but it's not my job to point that out.
No. Especially in that tone.
Eric.
Yeah.
Did you know that you have awkward hand movements? Did you know that your hand movements are really weird? Did you notice my voice keeps getting higher?
Yeah. What is that a sign? That's passive aggressiveness when your voice goes that way?
I don't know. I guess that depends. Some people just have high voices.
Yeah.
My thought about somebody who notices stuff or hyper focuses on things like that, to me, I'm just like, this person is obsessive compulsive. I'm being serious. I'm not like, oh, here's a good dig. You've got OCD. That's a real thing. Mm-hmm. It's more like, oh, clearly. That's my first thought is this person has OCD.
You have to know that person. Like Shane, for example, we can call each other out.
Yeah.
But he's the same guy and he would hear this and I always joke about it. Like if I had something on my shirt, he would walk over and say like, what is that on your shirt? Like he's the guy that calls it out. But
if you had just met him,
oh yeah,
he would never do that. Or if he did, you wouldn't be friends.
No, he would do that.
Yeah,
I think
he probably would. Shane would do that. Definitely Shane would.
Yeah. But that's who he is. Honest.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's the thing is somebody who's like, hey, I'm just trying to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, hey, nobody asked your opinion.
Yeah.
So there's nothing for you to be honest or dishonest
but
about.
There'll be a lot of other honesty that will actually be on the other side of that, which will be very positive.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some goodness there too.
Why don't you unpack that a little bit?
No, I'm saying like he would have a lot of nice things to say about
Shane
that person.
Of course.
Yeah, someone
that's
like
different.
that.
I'm talking about
someone
who's
just a total asshole. That's a different story.
Yeah.
I guess it relates to like human behavior. I like this.
Yeah, it's really good. This podcast is not about the metaverse at all.
Again, we're going to talk about people.
We're going to talk about
we're not going to name the person.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to leave their names out of it.
Totally.
You ever talk to someone? I know you did this earlier. You got tired. You were bored. I was like tiring you out. It's just a conversation. Maybe you weren't even tired, but in that conversation, in that moment, you felt tired. I had a conversation with someone and I noticed my eyes being like,
glazing.
They just wanted to close.
Oh, yeah.
They're so tired. I'm like, I wasn't tired 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And it's not that they were boring me. I don't know what it was. And I talked to someone about it and it's like, those are the type of people you want to avoid. Some people you can't because there's circumstances that you can't avoid them.
Well, cryptozoologists would call those people succubi or succubus.
Succubus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Succubi, I thought might be the plural, but that's probably not true. But we are talking about mythical creatures, so anything goes.
Okay. This is an awareness thing, though. I'm talking about. I don't know where you're going.
Well, I was just saying those are the people that suck energy out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not even being negative, let's just say. They just
suck.
no
pun intended.
The connection's not there because I'm sure for somebody else, that's why we work well together. But I know you're
being serious.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to correct something you said earlier. You said,
oh God,
sometimes when you talk to certain people, you get tired and bored like you did earlier.
Okay.
I want to make sure you understand. I'm not bored by you. I bore myself because I can hear everything coming out of my mouth and I just think, this guy sucks. This guy sucks.
Yeah.
And then you start to talk and go, that's refreshing.
Oh, wow.
And then I start to comment on that. And as I start to comment, there's a voice inside my head that says, you really shouldn't say anything. And then I start saying something like, so,
yeah.
We were talking about,
You got a little nap in there.
I feel very good right now.
A little rest time.
Yeah.
It sounded like the snore in oh my God, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
No,
Save
man.
Ferris. No, you remember? You
I don't.
You don't remember that movie?
I do.
So stupid. Human behavior. Fixing human behavior. I'm just coming up with a title.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen?
Yeah, we're not going to fix human behavior because humans suck. It's only 69% of them wash their hands.
That's unbelievable.
Or is that 69% of men?
Yeah. The women was still a number, but they were less. I think it was like 35% of women.
Don't wash their hands?
Yeah.
That's reassuring. I mean, that's still a high number.
Yeah, it's a high number.
Yeah.
3 out of 10, 3.5 out of 10.
Was this a global study or just in the United States?
CDC. It was like part of a bigger study, I think, and that came out of it.
Oh, the CDC did it? So that has to be national, like in the US.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're thinking like other countries.
Right.
Yeah, they do all that. That's nonsense.
They don't have the funding for that.
Yeah.
To go fund nonsense.
Yeah.
Surveys across the world.
That just brings in other cultures, and I think you couldn't do that. You can do it per country.
That's good.
Who's the cleanest country? Or who is?
Ooh, my guess?
What is the cleanest? It wouldn't be who.
Define clean, because clearly we have an open definition.
Who washes their hands? Like,
oh man, I don't
Japan.
know. Oh,
that was good.
Well, countries that have ritual bathing.
Ooh, I like that.
Japan. Why Japan?
Because you see all these things about them cleaning up after themselves, which I know is in the World Cup, but there's been stuff of this going back.
Interesting. Why don't you look it up on Google?
Who's the cleanest? Wait, what am I looking at?
Which country is the most sanitary?
I like that.
Yeah.
It's just amazing, Google. Like, it's guessing which country is the most sexiest, which is the most safest, which is the most sarcastic.
Which is the cleanest.
Sanitary.
Yeah, we're sanitary.
Cleanest countries in the world. Oh, Denmark.
Doesn't surprise me.
That might be hygienic countries in the world. Most clean and hygienic.
That would be, hand washing.
Yeah. 10 most. Colombia's 10. I'm going to scroll through. They never give you number 1. Iceland.
Not surprised at all. I'm telling you, man, the Norse.
Austria, same thing. Switzerland, Costa Rica, Sweden. Hey, it's all Norway. It's all
there you go. Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Iceland.
What's this country? Where is that?
I've never heard of this country.
It's pretty cool. A tiny island in the Indian Ocean.
With 2 people. So the aggregate.
But what's amazing, France. No, they just threw that in there.
They are dirty.
Yeah.
The French are dirty.
That's like the whole thing that we have, like Pepe Le Pew.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
The French are skunks.
Oh,
pretending to be cats.
We just lost all of our listeners in France.
No, I'm just kidding.
Cuba. Yeah. And Colombia. Interesting how But what's cool about Google is then you go there and you look this place up and next thing you know, we're going on vacation there.
Yeah, and doing a podcast.
We're doing a podcast
Washing our hands.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
So who's number 1?
I told you. Iceland was number 1 on this list.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't matter.
Was the United States even on the list?
No. Why would they be on the list? Have you been to a public restroom before?
I have.
Yeah. What'd you think? How'd it go?
Well, it was disgusting.
Yeah.
And I didn't wash my hands because I was afraid of touching the knobs.
Well, there you go.
Boom.
That's different. That's the thing.
It is a thing.
Oh man, I went too far. Norway was Sweden. They don't even have the numbers. Austria.
All that matters is we're not on the list.
Czech Republic, Australia.
Do they have it by state?
Cleanest states.
Yeah, most hygienic state.
Jeez.
Let's
you gotta
guess.
keep going. Yeah.
Montana.
No. It's like, it's a state. You've heard of this state before.
What, New York?
No.
Because that's
the opposite.
disgusting. Los Angeles?
Well, that's not a state.
Oh, San Francisco.
It's not a state.
Oh.
You're in cities.
Well, New York is a state.
Yeah, but you said San Francisco and Los Angeles.
Oh, well, then you said the opposite because I was talking about New York. I was really just trying to save my ass right now.
Yeah.
So go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
You're right.
I
I'm
just
wrong.
showed you up.
So what is it?
California, you said.
Is the most hygienic?
Yeah, that's what it says. That's what they say. Long Beach is the cleanest city in America.
Ooh.
Tampa, Charlotte, and Tucson were the only
Hey.
non-California cities.
Charlotte's in the mix?
I think it's a clean city thing. We're talking about like, do the men wash their hands in that
that's
city?
what
That's
we
a
need
study.
to know.
Yeah.
I actually want to know, do the women wash their hands?
Oh, that's it. We can go on a
because
trip.
we know men are gross.
We get a Winnebago. We hit every state. We'll miss some states.
You know, a common theme that comes up in these shows is you fantasizing about our travels together.
Yeah.
And I think I'm with you on that. It's your fantasy,
Yeah.
but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'll join.
Okay.
I'll jump in.
Real life.
Don't push it.
Okay.
Let's just start the metaverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I think we want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is what the podcast is about.
Do we already live in the metaverse? Is that?
I think there's a high probability, as
Yeah.
we've discussed before.
Yeah, we've discussed this.
66.3% chance we are currently living in a simulation created by our descendants.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about that?
So who would those descendants be? Let's, like you say, unpack that.
Extraterrestrials. But they wouldn't be extraterrestrial. We just think of them as extraterrestrial.
This is like grandparents, great, or like
I know,
long
way,
distance? Yeah.
long way. Like we're already an off-planet species. We've destroyed this one. Right now, we're just in a simulation on some other planet. Earth is not real. This is good. Are you writing this down?
Yeah, no, I'm listening.
This is a story that somebody else has told, I'm sure, because I'm really just weaving in a bunch of elements. Next, you know, there'll be hobbits and goblins,
yeah.
extraterrestrials.
No.
Bamboos?
I don't know. You said about bamboos last time.
Bamboo is a
No, what did you say? You said an elephant wearing a
baboon.
baboon. I said
Baboon body,
what did I
elephant
say?
head. Bamboos.
Wow.
Yeah, I love primates. You know,
Yeah.
gorillas, chimps, bamboos. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
bamboozled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not happening.
No. Okay. So continue. 66%.
Yeah, 66.3% chance.
Yeah.
So the study says.
How would they come up with that?
By a certain set of parameters. This is the study that was done out of Oxford back in like 2003.
Okay.
Yeah. What's his face?
Yeah, you've used his name many times.
I have.
David
Then I forget.
somebody.
No, he runs the Center for the Future of Humanity.
Oh my God, you should have this guy like on speed dial.
No, he's a brilliant dude. I've listened to him talk. Very boring. I mean, he's very academic, super smart, but
Yeah.
very boring
Yeah.
for most people. I can sit there and listen to him and fall asleep.
I got the name. Can I use it? Want me to give you a
Yeah.
hint?
Yeah, give me a hint.
Yeah. I don't know what it should be.
First two letters of the first name.
And as soon as I give you the first one, you're going to know.
Okay, first two letters of the
First
last name.
name rhymes with Dick.
Oh, Nick Bostrom.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to rhyme something with Dick. Like, what's wrong with you?
I guess that NI, you'd be like, oh, it's Nick Bostrom.
Giving me a rhyme.
Confirm. No, he says we do, and we must never doubt Elon Musk again. That's what the scientific American,
Mhm.
yeah.
So if we're currently living in a simulation, then let's play this one out a little bit. Now the podcast is getting good. That's what I'm kind of sensing.
Yeah.
The podcast is about to get good. If we're currently living in a simulation, then does free will exist?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I would ask you that.
Because I would know that. Thank you.
Yeah. You would have a theory about it. Hypothesis, I'm sorry.
Well, I guess first, as with anything, we need to define the parameters here. We need to define how we're using certain words. What is free will?
Yeah.
You can make decisions on your own that are immune to outside influences. That does not exist. It's still ultimately up to you to make the decision.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when you think of simulation theory, you think of people being controlled. Not true necessarily. They are being given a certain set of parameters,
Yeah.
a certain environment. Certain things are put into play to observe changes in behavior. That's simulation. So we're going to see if people make different decisions. Like in another simulation, you have another co-host and that person sucks compared to me. But in this simulation, your life is enriched
Yeah.
greatly. You made good choices. You decided, I want to do a podcast with Jared. Your life gets even better. Your marriage improves. Your children think more highly of you. That's the result a positive action taken on your part in a simulation that's probably been run millions of times because you've probably made the wrong choice on a podcast host many times over.
Yeah.
Marriage ended. Children don't talk to you. You're on the street corner, hustling and bustling with a little sign that's misspelled intentionally because you want more people to take pity on you. You then are jumped by other guys that work the same street corner. You lose in that fight because you're a feeble human being. You chose not to work out. You chose not to learn how to fight. You die. And then it starts over. So with that in mind, I want to congratulate you on choosing me to be your podcast host because without me, Eric, I just think in this simulation, I don't know, man, you'd just be repeating history, your own history.
Yeah.
That's simulation theory.
Okay. So it sounds a lot like parallel universes.
Kind of. But a parallel universe is really more, it's not a simulation. It's just that every possible choice that could be made is made, and it takes a different trajectory.
Yeah.
You made a different choice not to come in the office today in one parallel universe, and that's playing out somewhere. But then you made the right choice and you came in here to be with me.
Yeah. Have you read The Midnight Library? See, I did it again. I put my hand up by my mouth. Have you read The Midnight Library?
I have not.
Matt Haig.
No, should I?
It's a good book. Just talking a lot about that.
Oh, really?
So she doesn't like her life.
Okay.
So she wants to commit suicide.
Got it.
I'm not giving away the book. This happens early in it. You can just read the back, and I got the
I'll
whole
read the
picture.
back.
So she makes a decision, and then she goes to the Midnight Library.
Okay.
And the person that's there is her librarian from when she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets to go through all of these books.
Yeah.
Which first book is the Book of Regrets.
Oh.
And every book then she chooses leads her to go see what that life would have looked like. Like she was in a band. What if she never quit the band?
Gotcha. So it's like
what
Scrooge.
if she studied, she went up to Antarctica and studied, I don't know, what would they study up there? Something like that, right?
Penguins.
Yeah, and that wasn't that. What would have happened there? What if she would have married this person? What if she would have gone to a winery?
Right.
So these are all, just like you said, one little decision of, I'm going to not be in the band anymore. I'm not going to talk to my brother anymore.
Correct.
Those types of things.
Yeah.
That's what the book is. So she got to have a glimpse of what that looked like. And the idea was, once she found a place and truly identified, like that was the place that she wanted to be, and she almost like lost the connection back to how she even got there, that she would stay there. But you got to read the book.
Okay. Midnight Library.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's for anybody. Ooh, how about this?
Okay.
The best review on Apple Podcasts. I'll send them a copy of The Midnight Library.
There we go.
Yeah.
So
just write whatever you want. 5-star. You know what? You can do 2 stars if you want.
Oh, pause. Cut that, Julian. That's such a stupid thing to say.
I want honest reviews, Jared.
I don't.
Okay.
It's a game. It's an algorithm.
Okay.
Honest reviews might hurt my fragile ego.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Yeah. We want a 5-star review. We'll give you a book. And can we get the COVID thing on the top of it? The COVID label?
We will now.
Yeah. Got it.
If you're listening to this and you feel so inclined, we'd love a 5-star review. You could say anything you want to in that review. Like, these guys suck. I wasted 30 minutes to an hour of my time. 5 stars.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Mention the book and I got you.
Okay. Let's see if that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd suck if it doesn't
We
happen.
need to start just throwing these out to find out, do we have listeners?
You're going to have to create a fake Apple account just to get the book, and then I'll send.
What do you mean I'm going to have to? I've already created like 10 of them.
Oh, wow. And you just listen
I
on all
review
your
our
devices.
stuff all the time. Well, I told you earlier, what's great about Spotify is it's so easy to review. So for those of you listening on Spotify, throw us a little 5 stars. And then you can say whatever terrible thing you want to say about us.
But you can't say anything on Spotify.
Oh, I guess they're just going for, that's very efficient of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I rated our podcast 4 out of 5 stars because I want us to stay hungry.
Wow.
I don't want us to get to,
you don't want to be fancy.
I don't want to, I mean, there's got to be some humility in there. 4 out of 5. That's what I gave it. But if you're listening, I want you to give us 5 out of 5. Can't explain it. That's just how I feel.
Yeah. Does it deserve it?
That's my truth. And you can't say otherwise.
Yeah. What podcast are you listening to these days? Anything?
My neighbor actually just gave me a great one.
To reach for your phone.
Yeah. Hold on. Just pull this thing. Neighbor just gave me a great one that I just started listening to. I think it's called Valley Heat.
What is it about?
The premise is, if I understand this right, because I just started listening to the first episode, this guy's doing a podcast from his home. It's a podcast about a guy who does a podcast. And then he has, remember we talked about having fake advertisement?
Yeah.
He makes up advertisements. He's like, and on that note, this podcast is brought to you by, and he said something like Jan's t-shirts. And Jan's somebody that lives in his neighborhood. And he's talking about these t-shirts. He says, you can find Jan at the local farmer's market, or you can find her in North Hollywood. And he's talking about, clearly this is
That's
not
good.
real.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
That's good.
So I found some inspiration in that
Yeah.
to keep going, to keep pushing through my day.
I like that.
So that's what I'm listening to.
Yeah. You listen to any books?
Yeah, I listen to books.
Yeah.
Isn't that a weird thing to say? I listen to books.
Yeah. No, it's all good. You should do both. You could read. I got it all going. I got regular books. I got Kindle books.
Yeah.
I got Audible books.
I got picture books.
I got picture books. Yeah. Ooh, there's a good picture book. I'll come up with that. It's not just a picture, but it's got words too.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Anyway, yeah, keep talking.
Yeah. Yeah. This is good. I'm just thinking about picture books.
Picture books are good because then you can create the story in your mind.
Yeah, you can, but you have to have an imagination.
Yeah.
And you don't have one.
Okay, that's not nice.
Wasn't that terrible?
The Boy, the Mole,
You do have one.
the Fox, and the Horse.
I like that.
That's a good book.
That can go anywhere.
Yeah. My mom sent that to me, and you've gifted that book too.
You gave away the book your mom sent?
No. I still have that one.
Oh, okay.
But I've also gifted the book. Do you want the book? That's the book you would read. I want to buy it for you. I'm in a giving mood right now.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it. I want to see
I'll
you do
sign it for you. I'm going to send it here and I'm going to hand deliver it to you.
Do it. But don't write like your narrative in there, like, okay, here's how I would think about the
Yeah,
pictures. Like, I don't need your input.
Yeah.
Just let me own it.
I like that. That's like song lyrics.
Yeah.
You ever like looked up a song?
We just did.
No, I know, but like, what is the meaning of this song? Like, you go pull up like, I don't know, Rolling Stones or Mumford and Sons song or like Phil Collins. Like, what is the real meaning behind this?
Yeah.
And it gets deep. Taylor Swift, she's a good songwriter.
She is. My son had to confess. He said, I really like that song, Bad Blood. I was like, what are you talking about? Because I don't listen to Taylor Swift because I'm way too cool for that.
That doesn't make you cool, but go ahead.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I mean, it would take a lot to make me cool.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
So I put that song on for him after, of course, we played Friday because that's the ritual.
Yeah.
Friday. Then I put on Bad Blood and I was like, you know what? She's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. Do you have any guilty pleasures of music? If you're a music snob, then you always have a guilty pleasure or something.
I'm not a music snob. I'm not a snob of much, but of anything, really.
Yeah. Well, I used to pride myself on the musical taste.
Yeah. She was redoing her music because who's the guy who stole
manager,
Scooter, whatever, took all it. So she had to come off the Taylor version. It's crazy though.
Yeah.
Because he owned all that. It was smart.
Mm-hmm.
Just redid it.
And just calling it Taylor's version.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. And guess who's going to win that one? She is.
Yeah. 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 She's going on tour. You want to go? People freaked out about tickets. You could like get on the pre-sale list, but they gave like too many pre-sale out. So everyone went in there and they waited hours, not just like hours, like a day.
I would
you get on there at 10
that.
o'clock and then you wait. It gets on your background of your computer. Yeah, I did it. So it's okay.
You got tickets?
Yeah, we got tickets.
Oh man. Are you taking the whole family?
No, my wife and daughter are going to go because they're big fans.
That's so cute. That's good.
But like, it was crazy. Yeah, because we had been to a concert in Atlanta. So I think we were on their list. So that was like higher up list. Some people never got in there. Yeah. And by the time you got in there, it's like nothing left.
Man,
and then the prices went high. And then their Ticketmaster fees were really high. And so government's is getting involved now. Because they are. It's a total monopoly.
Of course. Big concerts like that, I do not enjoy.
Yeah.
I don't like being around that many people. I like being around people.
No, I get that.
But if I'm going to enjoy a band,
you want a smaller venue. I get it.
You know, in Atlanta, when I was in college, we'd go see a lot of shows. So some of the best places to see shows, the Tabernacle.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of great shows there. The Variety Playhouse. These are all in Atlanta. Then going to Athens, Georgia, which is a music mecca. There's this place called the 40 Watt. Oh, saw some of the best shows ever there. Saw Broken Social Scene, Gillian Welch, and David Rollins. They were there.
What's Athens, Georgia all about?
University of Georgia?
Yeah.
That's a great place. But I mean, you got a lot of bands that come out of there. REM is from Athens, Georgia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did they go to school there?
I don't know if they went to school ever. I think they're from there.
Okay.
My sister-in-law lives there.
But that's the college, right? It's a college town.
UGA. It is. It's a great town. It is. Super cool place. A lot of great music.
Yeah. It's like 70 miles from Atlanta.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Ohio State's playing Georgia in the college football playoff semifinal.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
In Atlanta.
Who do you think's going to have that one?
Man. Well, Ohio State, we talked about, lost to Michigan, and they still got in the playoff.
Yeah, but I mean, look, with a record of 8-0 when they played Michigan.
They were more than that, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just throwing numbers out there.
11-0.
11-0. I mean, the important thing is that 0.
So they lost to a team that was highly ranked. But what's crazy is then they take, I think it's 13 people in a room, and they get to decide who gets to play for the playoff. I mean, it's the dumbest thing ever. It's like so much self-importance. But who gets If you pick another 13 people, they might pick someone. Now, it's pretty obvious who they were going to pick for the most part. Like, and then you have to rank them and who's going to play who. And they make it like very dramatic and ESPN gets involved. I mean, it is so dumb.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Like you just need like you said, parameters, a set of rules, and this is how you get in, but it's not based on judgment. It's like, well, it's the eye test. Whose eye test? Like who gets to decide? That's what they've been doing.
Okay, but don't you think Ohio State deserves to be there?
Yeah, no, based on how the year played out, they did. On most years, they probably wouldn't because they lost the game and then they get to play in their conference championship, all that kind of stuff. But like, as I think about, forget Ohio State.
Oh, wait, was Michigan in the running for this
They're
team?
in it. They're in the playoff.
All right.
So they're playing. And they'll play in Arizona against TCU.
When does this happen? When
this is New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So the Michigan TCU's first, Ohio State, Georgia second. Again, it's not about the teams. It's like they somehow created this system, these universities and the NCAA, right, get together and they come up with a format to say, let's put 13 people, old people in a room in a hotel in Dallas.
Ageist.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Absolutely. And let them decide how this is going to play out. And it's not like a little bit of money on the line. It's like billions of dollars on the line.
Isn't there a part of you that kind of appreciates that it's run by a small group of people? Like, don't you ever wish like we just had a small group of people making all of our decisions?
I don't know, because you rely on those people. What? Tell me.
I got news for you.
Yeah, thank you.
We already do.
Okay.
It's kind of like a marketing pitch.
Yeah, I get it.
It's like, don't you ever wish?
Yeah.
Don't you think? Well, check it out.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Have that happening.
Yeah.
And my voice got high.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm about to comment on something you do and act as though I'm helping you out.
Yeah. I mean, what it does is it creates debate, conversation, radio shows, podcasts, media coverage, what have you.
Yeah.
But it's, again, this isn't about sports. So I bring in a futurist. They're changing it and they're going to create a playoff and they're still going to have a committee that's going to get to decide on the at-larges. But,
Of course. What you're really advocating for is an algorithm that helps to make these decisions based on a certain set of criteria.
They used to have a computer, but then they could rig the computer system because there was some human element to it. So if the human element went so far another direction, so they've had that before to say all these teams lost, let's say in the last weekend.
Yeah.
Then the computers would judge it and they would pick it off and there'd be like multiple computers. So different scenarios were run.
Yeah.
And then the human element would come in there. And if they all gathered and pushed it one way, that would change the system a little bit. So I don't know how you get to
that, my friend, is the most important element of everything.
Yeah.
When it comes to prediction.
Yeah.
Right. Models can be run all day long, but they're assuming for the most part that the variables involved in that model are not going to change. So they're like, these are set.
Yeah.
And then we can run them in different circles and everything else. Look at that. Look at that big bike lane. Yeah. Sorry.
The camera should have gone over there.
Really. It's like, oh,
we can get a video right there of a biker on the road getting cut off.
Too much. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to be terrible out there.
Yeah.
Anyway, human element. That's always the wild card.
Yeah.
So I think that's important. And we really need to drive that one home.
Yeah.
The metaverse will not control us.
Yeah.
Because of the human element.
Because human element's too involved
in
that.
Think about the human element.
Because Mark could hit a couple switches and...
Mark would never do something like that because Mark's also a human.
Okay. That's the point, though. That
is the point. The point is that Mark Zuckerberg is a human being.
Is so smart right there.
I know. Sometimes if I string certain words together and use a certain tone of voice, I sound really smart.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
But if you listen closely, it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Not making a lick of sense.
Yeah. Newfuturist.com. Go ahead.
NUfuturist.com. That's the one.
Yeah. Is there an NEWfuturist.com? Probably.
Yeah, just reroutes to newfuturist.com.
Oh, does it? You own that.
I own a lot of domains.
Look at you. So smart. So
I keep
clever.
changing things up. I'm like, I don't like myself.
Iteration. I like that.
And then I redefine myself. And I'm like, I don't like that either.
Yeah.
I get bored.
In most sports, NFL, there's a set. Like, if you win your division, you're in the playoffs. Now it's like the next 3 best teams make the playoffs. It's like set rules. It's like, no. We deserve it. That word comes up a lot. And now what's happening in the college football playoff? Deserve. How do you measure deserve?
That's where you have to have defined parameters, criteria.
But no, they're saying like they deserve it because they played harder, because they're nicer. Because I don't know. Like, how do you measure deserve?
Oh, well, if those are the parameters, man, the Browns should be just given the Super Bowl championship because they play hard all the time.
Yeah.
They play harder. They put their heart into it. They really go after it.
They've never won before.
Nope.
Their fans have been through a lot. They lost the team. They got the team back.
Oh, we've never won. We're not winning. Everybody's depressed. Can you just give us the championship?
Yeah, we deserve it.
Yeah. Ooh.
We have a video game. Obviously, most people have video games in their house, but we have an old NBA Jam in our house. It's the arcade. So it's kind of cool. I love that game. Anyway, so I'm playing with my daughter, my youngest. And at one point, so I was beating her a lot. I was like, Chloe, I'm good at this game. I like play this a lot.
How old
but
is
she's
she?
getting good. She's 11.
No, when you were playing her.
Yeah, this is recent. Yeah, this one's recent. This has happened before. And then at one point, she was getting frustrated. We were laughing. She's like, let me win. Let me win. And I asked her, I was like, do you really want me to let you win? She's like, no.
No, I don't ever let my kids win, ever.
Because I want her to. And when she wins and beats me, she beats me.
Right.
Hey.
I make them work for it.
I mean, I was going to be excited. There's like this one time I'm up by 2 and she's get the last shot from like half court. It would have been pretty cool if it gone in. But it would have been, I tried to block it and do it and it didn't go in. And I won.
No, I root for my kids to beat me in certain things.
Yeah.
But if they don't, I rub it in their faces.
But she probably deserved to win.
Why?
My point is she deserved to win, but she didn't win. So you didn't win.
Why did she deserve to win?
I don't know, because like a couple bad breaks, things didn't go her way. She couldn't find the ball in this digital screen because it's old pixelated stuff.
Yeah. Survival of the fittest, man.
I know that. I know it's my point that like she deserved to win, but didn't win. So like this team deserved to be in the playoffs, but they didn't.
Okay. So that same logic, let's go back to the Browns.
Yeah.
The Browns, when they almost win, which is, it's just a given characteristic. A lot of times they say, we had 2 bad calls, this and that. You should be up enough to where you can weather a few bad calls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your daughter did not deserve to win.
No, but like...
No, let's go with that. But I don't want to meet her in person because I'll have to explain myself.
Yeah. This is confusing. But I think the deserve is the frustrating part of what people are saying. You deserve this. I don't know about deserve. I think we need to unpack, not now, but in the future.
Yeah, you got to earn it.
You got to earn it.
Yeah.
Put yourself in situations to get lucky.
Yeah.
How about that?
Look at that. We should put that as make a poster.
Yeah.
And then sell that poster.
Other people have said it. Like we said before, like there's nothing new. I didn't just come up with that.
Unoriginal. Got it.
Yeah.
Man, I hate this podcast.
That's why you gave it 4 stars.
Well, yeah, because we got work to do.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Keep going though.
But if anyone leaves a comment,
they're going to get a book.
But they didn't deserve the book. They did what they were supposed to do to earn the book.
That's right. They earned it.
Yeah.
We practiced what we preached. Yeah.
No one leaves a comment. You might get the book.
Yeah. I had to work for it for you to finally acknowledge we were friends. I mean, it took forever for you to even say, I'll accept your Facebook friend request.
Well, it was weird because it was like an office thing.
Yeah.
I don't like if I go out with that person enough time, not out, you know what I mean? Like we grab some lunch together.
We're adults here.
I mean, you've had pizza and you put the hot stuff on it.
Do
and
need
you
to get back to
sweat a little bit.
Oh, that's so good over there, man.
You sweat a little bit.
I sweat a lot of bit.
Okay.
Because I have no hair on the top of my head.
No, that's not the reason. Oh, that's the reason?
Well, that's why you can see it. I may sweat less than some other people, but they have hair that just kind of sops it up like a sponge. Sponge heads. Biology was not my strong suit.
Yeah.
Neither is history or the future.
You studied history and you are a futurist.
That's true.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. I quit.
Yeah. That's good. I don't know. What else you got?
I don't know, man. This is great.
Yeah.
I think really, this podcast was so great about it is that we just get to hear ourselves talk while we're talking. And I always walk away feeling really good about that. I'm like, not enough people get in front of a microphone, put on headphones, and just talk and listen to themselves. And if they did, I think a lot of people would stop talking. But not you and not me. Because what we have to say is very enriching for ourselves. Not a lot of other people.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
That's good. Do you ever stop talking? Like catch yourself? I'm talking, not the podcast.
Right.
You did it actually a couple episodes ago.
I am disciplined.
But in life.
Yes.
This is life.
Many times.
You do. And you're like, shut up, Jared.
I've got positive self-talk.
Because you're a dominating individual.
Yeah, well, that is true. Sometimes I do dominate myself in a positive way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, positive self-talk is important.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people get that confused with...
Sorry. Why is that funny? Okay. Oh my God.
All right.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
I don't know.
Positive self-talk. Positive self-talk is important. I think it's oftentimes confused. I encourage myself.
Yeah.
And I'm encouraged by myself.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that makes people sound wise. Saying dumb shit like that. I encourage myself and I'm encouraged by myself.
Yeah.
I talk positively to myself and I'm positive about myself.
You do affirmations?
No, not in public.
Well, yeah, I would hope not. That'd be weird. Sitting at the corner. I don't know. I, Jared Nichols.
I bet I could make some money doing that though.
Host the #1 podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
That would be me at the corner.
And OnlyFans.
Reading The Secret.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, we need to get our podcast on OnlyFans.
You said it. It said it was going up on there. I don't know. I've never used it.
Let's do it.
Why? Is it worthwhile?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's a space that I don't think a lot of podcasters are at. I mean, they're probably fans. So I'm thinking, why don't we pick up some more OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Because we don't want haters. So it's OnlyFans. Get it? It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
We want to go to a place where we only have fans.
Yeah. People are getting fired from their school because the kids are finding their OnlyFans account of their teacher. I mean,
Teachers got to make money.
right?
Why don't we pay our teachers better?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, look, I got to take my clothes off on camera because I'm getting paid shit wages to teach your brats all day.
But why couldn't she have, or he, I'm sorry,
Sure.
they have done something else for money?
Like what?
I don't know.
Work as a bartender?
Teach math.
Because do you know the kind of money? Why don't you look it up right now?
I got it.
Kind of money.
I'm sure it's a lot.
Like, oh yeah. And I'm not talking about your top.
Just in general, anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
We're going to open up an OnlyFans account right now. That's what we're doing. Yeah. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
We should just do it.
Yeah.
We're going to do it as soon as this podcast is done. We're going up on OnlyFans.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people use Patreon.
Yeah.
We use OnlyFans.
There's a lot of new ones. Patreon takes a lot of money.
Yeah, it
We're
does.
getting frustrated with them.
Oh yeah, a lot of people left
They
Patreon.
got off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They go to Substack.
Yep.
And then OnlyFans.
Yeah. Daily Wire Plus is a new one. That's right-wing conservative stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. No, but that's different because I think you pay them like they're an HBO Max type of thing.
Oh, yeah. They
I
just
don't
make a
know.
bunch of
We're just
documentaries
saying
and stuff.
shit right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
No, they got podcasts. Like Jordan Peterson's podcast is on there now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's great.
Hey, look, man, we'll go wherever people will listen.
Yeah.
We don't discriminate.
Are we left or right leaning on this podcast? Or is it all over the place?
Dude, we don't lean anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, depends on the issue, I suppose.
But there's that one place that you had told me about where before you read the content, they'll tell you where on the
Ground
spectrum.
news.
Yeah.
Ground news.
I wonder where they would put it. We should submit it to them.
Why? Find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how we get up on the wire.
Yeah.
We could do it.
Yeah.
I like this. This is good.
This is good.
What a wonderful Friday.
Yeah.
I think Friday should be our outro music today. Julian, take note. And I believe within the realms of copyright,
Yeah.
can only be up to 15 seconds of the song. So, Julian, give us 15 seconds of Rebecca Black. It's Friday.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, Friday.
In case you haven't noticed, we love podcasts. In fact, we love building podcasts, everything from development to production. Because of all that, we're building a one-of-a-kind podcast network. If you have a podcast or looking to launch a new podcast, then we should talk. You can message me on Twitter at Eric_Kaz or hit us up any way that works for you. Let's talk about your podcast joining this one-of-a-kind podcast network.